Good. Oops, sorry, got a couple more joining us. So for those who are just joining, child's pose. And if your arms are down by your side, let's reach the arms forward. And we'll walk the arms over to the right and press into the left hand, maybe a little more than the right. And as you do that, just allow that left hip to sink towards the left heel a little bit more. Good. And then we're going to walk back to center and keep going and walk all the way over to the other side. And we're going to press into that right hand a little more than the left, and we're going to let that right hip draw down towards your right heel. Good. Coming back up onto your hands and knees. Let's do a couple cat-cows here. So just arching and rounding the spine. So I'm going to share with you a passage from Mark Nepo's book, The Book of Awakening. And it inspires me because it talks about what happens in the springtime. And I sort of feel like this isn't just seasonally spring, but we're kind of coming into a spring where we're not through all the bad stuff yet, but we can see what's about to bloom in front of us, just collectively here in this country. We can take some comfort in knowing that that's coming, that's there, just like the flowers that are about to come up from the earth. So the passage says, the courage of the seed. All the buried seeds crack open in the dark, the instant they surrender to a process that they cannot see. So on your next round through your cat, press to downward dog for a moment. Come back into a downward dog. Just check things out. What a powerful lesson is the beginning of spring. All around us, everything small and buried surrenders to a process that none of the buried parts can see. And this innate surrender allows everything edible and fragrant to break ground into a life of light that we call spring. In nature, we are quietly given countless models of how to give ourselves over to what appears dark and hopeless, but which ultimately is an awakening that is beyond all imagining. So come forward to your plank now. Let's hold plank 5 breaths. This moving through the dark into blossom is the threshold to God. As a seed buried in the earth cannot imagine itself as an orchid or a hyacinth, neither can a heart packed with hurt imagine itself loved or at peace. The courage of the seed is that once cracking, it cracks all the way. Good. Let's press back to downward dog now. And lift your right leg up and let's stack the right hip. So bend your right knee, stack the hip, shake out the knee. And we're gonna draw that knee towards the nose and step the foot in between your hands and drop your back knee. Good. Keep the left hand, actually keep both hands down. We're just gonna work through a bending and straightening of the front knee. So the idea that we sort of have to surrender ourselves to the unknown and throw ourselves fully into it in order to blossom. So think about that as we move through our practice. So let's curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, and float the right leg up into a 3-legged dog. And we're gonna step the foot down. Good, left leg's gonna lift, inhale, let's bend the knee, stack that hip, circle the knee around. And draw your knee back towards your nose, step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee, keep the hands down. And we're gonna work towards straightening and bending. And we all have things like that in our lives, right? Where we just had to surrender. We just had to say, I'm going to go for it. I have no idea what's coming next. I don't know what's going to happen when I break through the soil, when I crack open. But I know that it's worth a shot. Right? Bending into your front knee, curl the back toes under, float that left leg up, and step it down. Good. Let's roll forward to plank. So round through the upper back, shifting forward to your plank, and then drop your knees all the way to the mat. Good. Inhale, the right leg's gonna lift behind you, flex the foot. As you exhale, bend the right knee, bring it to the outside of the right arm. So we're gonna explore the abdominals a little bit. Inhale, bring the leg back. Exhale, draw the knee to center. We'll curl it in. Inhale, bring the knee back. Exhale, knee's gonna come towards the opposite elbow. So we're bringing it across, obliques. Good. Inhale it back. Once again, it's gonna come towards your nose, so center. And then we're gonna step the foot in between the hands again. This time, let's bring both hands to the front knee. Just softly, gently surrender into the front knee. And then reach your arms up to the sky. It's like we're looming, right? We're reaching up, we're starting to open. 2 more breaths, soften the shoulders. Good, Sarah. Bend a little into the knee if you can. Beautiful. Exhale, set both hands to the mat. We're gonna roll back into a Janu Sirsasana. So if you're with me earlier in the week, Kim, you know what this looks like. So we'll roll back, left foot inside, right side. Arms reach up, let's fold. See where you are, soften. We don't know what we're gonna find. When we step on our mat, it's like we're the seed. We don't know yet what we're gonna become. Inhale, come on up. Let's float the left hand behind you. You're gonna plant into the right foot and the left knee and float the right arm up. Good. Dropping the head back, lift through the chest. Exhale, lower all of that down, cross up the ankles, roll over the knees. We're gonna come to a plank. As you exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Good. Checking out your little baby cobra. Just lift the head and chest, draw the shoulder blades together. Inhale, exhale, lower. Next time we inhale, we're gonna get a little higher. So maybe press into the hands a little more. Good. Exhale, lower. Third time, press deeply into the hands. Let's lift the chest, come into a high cobra. We're growing, we're breaking out of that seed. It's spring. And roll back, downward dog. Good. Let's round forward into your plank again. So exaggerate that rounding through the upper back. And then drop your knees all the way to the mat. Good. This time, left leg's gonna reach behind you. Inhale. Exhale, let's draw the knee to the nose, curl it. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, bring the knee outside the left arm. Inhale it back. Exhale, bring it outside the right elbow or towards the right elbow. Inhale it back. Once again, knee's gonna come towards the nose. Step the foot in between your hands. Bring both hands to the front knee, just soften. And then let those arms reach up like they're little tentacles, breaking through the soil. And slowly, but with purpose. We know we can't rush it. It's just like our practice, we can't rush it. Watching a seed open is like watching water boil or grass grow or any of those things. So little tiny incremental changes, and then boom, there it is. As you exhale, hands come down. We're going to shift back into a Janushirasana. So float all the way back, right foot into left thigh. Inhale, those arms are going to reach up. As you exhale, forward fold. It's early in our practice. It's just the beginning of spring. So take it easy. But surrender fully. If we hold back, I'm not going to grow. If we shut down, then the seed won't open. Inhale, come on up, float the right hand behind you. Knee down, foot down, left arm reaches up and over. And exhale, lower it all the way down, cross at the ankles, roll over the knees. We're coming through our plank as you inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, right into your high cobra. Exhale brings you back, downward dog. Take a few breaths here. Let's take the right hand and bring it to the outside of the left leg somewhere. So as you do that, press back into your heels there, so try to lower you up. And then tuck your head under. Beautiful, Allison, nice. And then we're gonna switch. So left hand comes outside the right leg. Focus on those heels, drawing that down. So we're lengthening and we're twisting. Looking towards the windows. Good. Nice job, everybody. And hands come down. We're gonna walk the feet to the hands. So slowly transition your way to the top of your mat. Bend your knees, let your chest line on your thighs, let your head hang. Good. And then slowly, slowly roll yourself up to standing. Really nice and slow. Bring your hands to your heart, close your eyes. And remember a time where a darkness evolved into lightness. You went through a really dark time, but you came out the other side with wisdom, with learning, with joy, with appreciation. Just dedicate this practice to that. Right? The coming of spring. Open your eyes, inhale, bring your arms all the way around and up. As you exhale, we're gonna forward fold, hinge and fold forward. Inhale, we're gonna find our flat back here, so lengthen. Exhale, we're gonna step back to plank, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, we're gonna lift the chest, gaze forward. Exhale is gonna bring us back, 5 breaths, downward dog. Do what you need to do here, right? Your work is to open completely. That is your job on your mat today. Good. On your next inhale, we're going to come high on the toes. Exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, float the feet to the hands. Inhaling, flat back here. Exhaling, we're gonna forward fold. Good. Inhale, reach the arms all the way around and up, palms touch. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Remember your intention. And again, inhale, so namaskar. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back here. Exhale is going to float us through plank chaturanga. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale it back, downward dog. Good. So right leg's going to lift now. Let's stack the hips. As you exhale, you're going to bring the right knee to the outside of the right arm. So that's going to bring us towards the plank, and we're going to hover. Inhale, we're going to bring that leg back. Exhale, we're going to draw the knee across towards the opposite elbow. So bring it through towards that plank. You got it. Inhale it back up. Exhale, knee's going to come to the nose this time. Footsteps in between the hands. Back knee is going to stay lifted. As you inhale, we're going to press into the fingertips and lift the chest, a little arch. And then as you exhale, we're going to round. So you might even find a tensing of the fingers. Good. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, curl and round. And again, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, curl and round. Left hand's going to stay grounded. Right arm's going to reach up. Let's twist. Look at the fingers. As you exhale, right hand's going to come down. Drop the left knee. Float all the way back into your Janusarsasana. Inhale. Exhale, it's forward fold. Inhale's going to float us right back into Stargazer. So plant the left hand, reach it up. Exhale, we're going to cross the ankles, roll over the knees, move through a vinyasa or meet us right in your downward dog. Inhale here. Exhale, floats you back. Building that heat, that power to open. Left leg's going to lift, and we'll step the hip first. And then we're going to draw that left knee towards your left arm as you come into a high plank. Good. Inhale, float it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the knee across towards your right elbow. Good. Inhale it up. And then draw the knee towards your nose. Step the foot in between your hands. Keep the back knee lifted. Inhale, we're pressing into the fingertips and lifting forward, holding the hips steady. Exhale, we're rounding through the upper back, maybe tensing the fingers. Inhale, and exhale. Couple more. Inhale, and exhale, round. Last one. Inhale. As you exhale and round, right hand stays down, left arm floats up to the sky. Press through that back heel, reach the arm up. Exhale, left hand comes down. As you do that, drop your back knee. We're going to shift through to our Janusarsasana. Inhale here. Exhale, let's fold it forward. Right? Just like the plants need oxygen to grow, so do we. We need the breath. Inhale, bring that right hand behind you into the knee and the foot. Float it up. Exhale, lower down. Cross the ankles, roll over your knees. Move through a vinyasa if you like. Or come right to downward dog. Beautiful. Pressing back into those heels. Okay, we're gonna ground the right foot now. Sorry, we're gonna ground the left foot and step the right foot forward. So come into your warrior one. Inhale here. Shoulders are soft. So we're building warrior one from the ground up. Just like when a seed grows and becomes a plant, it's rooted down and then it floats up. As you exhale, we're going to open to warrior two. So front heel lines up with back heel or arch. Press into the outer edge of your back foot. Lift through your arch. Arms are nice and strong. Where are we in the warrior two? Just let your knee move out towards the pinky toe side. Perfect. Turn your palms up. Let's reverse the warrior for a moment. So think about that grounding through your roots and then being light and lifted in the upper body. We'll bring right forearm to right thigh now. Left arm's gonna reach up to the sky. Turn the palm forward and float the arm over the ear so we'll get nice and long here. Don't forget about your roots. Don't forget about that grounding. Beautiful. As you exhale, you're going to look down. You're going to set your right hand to the floor in front of your right foot and come into half moon. So left arm eventually floats up to the sky. Good. While you're here, that lifted leg, you're going to try to lift it as high as you can. So imagine you're trying to close a door with that foot. It's just out of your reach. Really nice and stable through that right leg. Good. As you exhale, left hand's going to come down. We're going to close that, so we'll be in a standing split. But you're going to bend the right knee so that the left toe is long behind you and come up into a high crescent warrior. I know we're spending a lot of time on this leg. Arms up. Breathe here. As you inhale, we're going to straighten that front leg or work towards straightening. As you exhale, we're going to bend. Inhale, work towards straightening. Exhale, bend. Good. Last one, inhale. Exhale, set the hands down. We're going to float into a three-legged dog. So this right leg is going to come back up. Good. Exhale, bend your right knee, draw it towards your right elbow as you come into a plank. Good. Inhale, we're going to bring it back. Exhale, this time we're going to come right across to the left elbow. But we're going to straighten the leg and bring the pinky toe edge of the foot to the floor. Plant the back heel, lift the left arm up to the sky. Good, stargazer. 2 more breaths. Exhale, left hand's gonna come down, right leg's gonna come back up. Let's set the foot down. We're gonna roll all the way forward to our plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat. So we're gonna build on our baby cobra with Shalabhasana. So start actually with the legs this time. Lift your legs first. Squeeze your big toes towards each other. Good, if you can, keep the legs as straight as possible. And then begin to lift the chest. The hands are just resting on the mat for balance, so you can hover those off if you want. Gazing forward, and then soften the buttocks so you're really accessing the lower spine as well as the middle spine. Exhale, lower everything down. Inhale, we're going to push from here into a high cobra. So come high. Maybe knees want to lift for up dog. And then roll it back, downward dog. All right, now we're going to plant the right foot and step the left foot forward. Warrior one, arms reach all the way up. Good. So 5 breaths to ground down through your roots and then flower up and out. Just like the seeds do in the spring. But they have to surrender fully to something that they cannot see. It's dark. They don't know what they're going to break up into and come to the surface. They don't know what's there. It's just faith, just instinct. Open to warrior two. Front heel lines up with back heel or arch. Bending into your front knee. Arms are strong. Beautiful. Good. We're going to turn those palms up and reverse your warrior. So stay strong in your roots and then soft in the upper body as you bend into the knee. And then left forearm's going to find its way to left thigh. Right arm's going to reach up. We're going to turn the palm forward and sweep that arm over the ear. Good. So we get to move into half moon now. So draw your gaze down, set your left hand to the floor in front of your left foot. Float your right leg up. Ardha Chandrasana. And then once you're here, imagine that top leg is growing like the stalk of a flower. It's just growing higher and higher. You're trying to kick a doorway with that foot. It's getting so high. Good job, guys. Okay, top hand comes down. Let's find our standing split. Shake out the head. And then bend your front knee, set the toes long behind you, coming on up into our high crescent lunge. So looking for that root system to really ground us. As you inhale, we're working towards straightening the front leg. As you exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Good, last one. Inhale, squeeze the right buttocks. Exhale, float the hands down. We're at 3-legged dog. So left leg comes all the way back up. Bend the knee, bring it to the left arm as you come forward to a plank. Inhale it up. Exhale, draw it across towards your right arm or elbow. We're gonna straighten the leg though. Come to the pinky toe edge of the foot, plant the back foot, lift up. Flip dog, or there's lots of names for this one. Rock star, lots of names. Breathe here. Good, bring the hand down, float it back into your downward dog. Let's roll it forward to plank and lower all the way to the mat. Good. Bring your arms behind your back. Let's interlace them, roll the shoulder blades together, chin tucks into the chest. Inhale, start with the legs again, but soften through the buttocks. And then lift the chest and reach the arms back behind you. Good. Breathing here. 2 more breaths. Good. If you can, work towards straightening your legs a little, Sarah. Yeah, so they're bending right now. I don't know if you feel that. Yeah. Good. Hands come down. We're going to press into a high cobra. So lower the legs, press all the way up. Exhale finds you back, downward dog. Take 5 breaths here. So if you need a rest, go for it. Good. Inhale, we're going to come high on the toes, please. Exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, find your flat back here. Exhale, let's forward fold. Inhale, let's find Utkatasana. So sit into your chair. Again, think about your heels as your roots. That's what's grounding you. Your toes are a little lighter. Your shoulders soften. As you exhale, forward fold again. Inhale, flat back here. Exhale, we're meeting in downward dog. So however you want to get there works for me. Lift the chest. Good. Find your way back, downward dog. So right leg's gonna lift nice and high. We're gonna bend that right knee and draw it towards your nose and step the foot in between the hands. Good. Inhale, come on up into a high crescent lunge. So arms are gonna float all the way up. I'm blocking Alice by looking at you guys. And then bring your hands to your heart and let's twist. So left elbow outside right knee, looking up to the sky, squeezing your inner thighs in towards each other. Nice, Emily. Good. As you inhale, we're going to open up to warrior 2. So windmill it open to warrior 2. And let's just clasp the hands behind the back, roll the shoulder blades together, lift the chest, and float into our humble warrior. So coming down. And breathing here. All right, bring your left hand down inside your right foot. Lift up your back heel, right arm up to the sky. So I'm just gonna switch positions so you guys can see me a little bit better. So we're gonna come to the pinky toe edge of the back foot as if we were gonna do a side plank, and the pinky toe edge of the front foot. So your knee is moving out. Yep, right arm's up. As you inhale, lift the left hip up, arch and bring the arm over. Exhale, lower the hip towards the mat and reach the arm back. Yes. Inhale it up. Exhale, lower. And again, inhale. And exhale it lower. Okay, last one, inhale. And exhale, threading out the outer hip. Right hand comes down, lift off your back heel. We're coming to three-legged dog. So right leg is lifted in your three-legged dog. Bend the right knee, bring it to the outside of your right arm and hover it. Inhale it back. Exhale, bring it across towards your left arm. We're gonna come into that stargazer, fallen triangle pose. But if you wanna try a little more, you're gonna engage that same action that we just did and try to lift the right leg up. Good, so lift it off the floor. 2 more breaths here. As you exhale, hand comes down, let's come back to downward dog. Good. If you feel like vinyasa, go for it. We're gonna hang out here. I'm gonna hang out here, I should say. Couple more breaths. And then the left leg's gonna lift when you're ready. Inhale. Exhale, knee's gonna draw towards your nose, round forward, step the foot in between the hands. Inhale, floats us all the way up. So from the roots, we bloom. Pressing out through that back heel, squeezing the right buttocks, hands come to the heart, right elbow outside left knee, let's twist. Drawing the navel in so we can find a little more of a twist. To exhale, look down. Right hand's gonna come inside the left foot. Left arm's gonna reach up to the sky. And we're gonna come to the pinky toe edge of the back foot and the pinky toe edge of the front foot. Good. Inhale, we're gonna lift the hip, float the arm over. Exhale, we're gonna lower and reach the arm back. Inhale it up. Exhale, lower. Good again, inhale. Exhale. And again, inhale it up. Last one, exhale, lower. Right, float the left hand around. We're gonna come to our three-legged dog. So lift the left leg. Bend the knee, bring it to the outside of the left arm. Inhale it back. Exhale outside the right arm, straighten the leg. We're in our fallen triangle, arm up. If you feel like more, you're gonna ground into that right foot. That's your root. And you're gonna lift the left leg up. Good, Alice. 2 more breaths. I like that variation, Emily. Good job. Nice, Tony. And we're gonna meet in downward dog. So vinyasa or not, you decide. As you inhale, sorry about that, got my water. As you inhale, come high on the toes. As you exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, we're gonna find a flat back here. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Nice and slow. It's like we're unraveling. You know, there's, I don't know what they're called, but there's plants where they kind of start off in this really tight bunch of circles and then they unravel and open like that. Okay, we're gonna hug the right knee into your chest. So ground into the left leg. Take a moment to establish your roots. Because when we're grounded from the bottom, we can be free. We can open and be light and just see what's coming next. So what's coming next is we're gonna bring the knee behind and we're gonna come into dancer's pose. Grabbing the foot, left arm reaches up, kicking the leg back, squeezing the buttocks. Now, feel free to stay here. I'm offering coming into dancer's half moon, so staying bound in the foot, opening up, kicking that foot up. So just like we were kicking before, we're still kicking, foot into the hand. Good. And then even if you're holding on to the foot, good, Sarah, we're gonna release it and come into a standing split. Good. So we're gonna stay in standing split. There may be a couple of us that wanna play with handstand switches. So what's cool about the switches is one comes up and the other goes down at the same time. So ground into the hands, those are your roots for the moment. Belly draws in, one up, one down, right? One up, one down. Or stay in your standing split. Just end up back on your left leg. All right, we're gonna find our way into a three-legged dog with the left leg floating back behind us. You guys got it? All right, I'm gonna face the cameras a little bit better. Okay, left leg lifted, so knee is gonna come to the outside of the left arm. I can talk. Inhale it up. Exhale across towards the right arm. So options here, you're gonna play with whatever version you want. There may be a couple of us that wanna try an arm balance here. So if you do, you're gonna bring the knee across to the right elbow. Sometimes it helps to put your foot down for a second, reorganize, and then lift, okay? If that's in your practice, cool. If it's not, cool. How are we feeling about that? I'm not seeing a lot of buy-in up over there, but that's okay. Tip Tony. They're like, oh, not today. That's not part of my process today. Downward dog when you're ready. Breathe here. Part of your job is to take what serves you and leave what does not. So inhale, we're gonna come high on the toes. Exhale, you're gonna bend the knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Find your flat back here. And let's fold forward. Walk your feet hip distance, grab your big toes for a moment, just shake out the head, stretch things out a little bit. And then roll all the way up. Okay, ground into the right leg, that's your foundation, your roots. And then hug the left knee into your chest. Then we're gonna bring the left leg behind us and grab the inside of the foot with the hands. Right arms up to the sky. Good. As you start to come forward into back bend, you're kicking the leg up. Couple more breaths here. Nice. Just don't forget about the leg. That's actually the big part of it. And then we're moving into maybe our dancer's half moon or maybe just a regular half moon. Good. If you can look up. That was good. Sorry, that threw you off. And then bring your hands to the floor. We're coming into our standing split. So this time, right leg is down. And you're either exploring that or you're playing with your hop. Right, so one leg up, the other leg down. Good. Good, Maureen. Nice job. Excellent. Good. We're going to meet in our three-legged dog. So you're going to float the right leg up. That's going to be the lifted leg. Excellent. Okay. Right knee is going to come to the outside of the right arm. And then inhale it back. And then it's going to come to the outside of the left arm. And you can float into your fallen triangle, the lifted version, or play with your arm balance. So basically you're resting that upper leg on your elbows and then working to lift the legs. Okay. So we're going to meet whenever you're ready in a downward dog. Good. Let's take a child's pose for a couple of moments, just soften. All right, make your way back to downward dog. We're gonna lift the right leg nice and high, draw the knee towards the nose, step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee to the mat. Good, coming into a half Hanuman. So we're gonna shift the weight into the back knee, straighten the front leg. If you feel like coming further here, totally up to you, okay? Towards the full Hanuman, anywhere along the way. Two more breaths here. And then make your way back to half from whatever version of full you might be in. And we're going to come all the way into that Janu Sirsasana again. So left foot's going to come to right thigh. Good. But this time the right leg is going to move out to the right, and then you're going to bring that left foot back into the thigh again. Good. Right arm's going to come down inside your right leg somewhere. Left arm's going to reach up and over. If you're feeling really loosey today, you can slide your right arm underneath that knee and look for the foot. So it's the same arm, it's just instead of this way, it's coming under here. There you go. And then, yeah, there you go. Good, you're almost there. Good. Come on up. And the left hand behind you, float up. Let's find a stargazer here, just opening. We're gonna roll over the knees, move to a vinyasa if you want, or just meet in downward dog. Good. Second side, left leg's gonna lift, inhale. Knee's gonna draw to the nose, round forward, step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee to the mat. Shifting into your half Hanuman, you're gonna straighten that left leg, fold over. If you wanna come further, you're sliding left leg forward, right leg back. Just soften into the growth. Sometimes we have to break through that resistance in order to bloom, to grow. We have to push through the darkness to find the light. We just have to have faith that it's there, even if we can't see it. Shift your way back through your half all the way into your Janusarsasana. So right foot finds its way inside the left thigh. But then we're going to come a little further. We're going to bring the left leg out to the left and then the right foot back in towards the right, into the left thigh. Good. Left arm comes down, right arm reaches up and over. Or you're sliding the left hand underneath that right knee and maybe finding the left foot. Release the foot, float it all the way up, come into the foot, the knee, left arm floats up. Just let it all go. Good, lower it all the way down. I'm just gonna show you what we're doing next and then I'll talk you through it. So we're gonna make our way to downward dog. Don't do it yet, I'm just gonna show you. For right leg, we're gonna do knee to the right, knee to the left. Option to do whatever version you've been doing. A couple of us might try to grab the foot and bring it forward, but we're gonna end up in a straight legged pigeon. So that's why I'm showing you the whole thing so you can decide the timing. So you're gonna lower down onto the straight left leg. Gonna come down and then left arm might come across. You can see how you feel in your thoracic spine. Either you're down or across, right? So I'll walk you through it again. Downward dog, everybody. And from the straight leg pigeon, we will transition to a regular pigeon. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, right knee to the outside of the right arm. Inhale, bring the leg across to the opposite knee, or knee, elbow, straighten the leg. So you're gazing. You're lifting that leg if you want, or you might be trying to grab the outside of the foot and bring it forward. Think about where your roots are. It's that other leg. Good job, beautiful, Sarah. Nice work. And then you're gonna end up lowering the leg across. So this is a very different way to do pigeon than we usually do it. But the alignment here is the same. So you want to have your hip and your knee in one line. You're going to fold over here. It's stretching different muscles than a traditional pigeon does. If you want to thread the left arm under, go ahead. Getting a little more of a twist here. So 3 more breaths here. And then press up into the hands. And you're actually quite nicely set up for traditional pigeon. So you're gonna bend the right knee, keep this line in the thigh, and roll over, okay? So you might, if it's gonna feel weird, sorry, I'm saying that wrong. You're gonna keep the line in the thigh, but the knee moves over. The lower leg comes across, sorry. Head comes down. And now we're moving into the deep lateral rotators of the hip, your psoas, and some of the lesser ones. The inner workings of the hip. And press into the hands. We're going to float back into that three-legged dog. Shaking out the hips or stacking it. If you feel like flipping your dog, go ahead. We're nice and open. And we'll meet back in our downward dog. Okay, so left leg lifts, knee bends. We're coming knee to the outside of the left arm first. Bring it back. Knee to the outside of the right arm. So we're straightening the leg and planting it, or we're working into a lifted option, or grabbing the foot and bringing it forward. Okay, you decide. Either way, we're going to lower the leg into a straight legged pigeon. Yeah. So we're folding over. You can either just bring a cheek to the floor and stay here, or float the right arm under for a bit of a thoracic spine twist at the same time. Two more breaths here. And then press up into the hands. We're going to bend the knee and slide your left thigh parallel to the long part of your mat. Lower part of your leg parallel to the front of your mat, and come back down. The courage of the seed. All the buried seeds crack open in the dark. The instant they surrender to a process they can't see. What a powerful lesson is the beginning of spring. All around us, everything small and buried surrenders itself to a process that none of the buried parts can see. And this innate surrender allows everything edible and fragrant to break ground into a life of light that we call spring. In nature, we are quietly given countless models of how to give ourselves over to what appears dark and hopeless, but which ultimately is an awakening that is beyond all imagining. This moving through the dark into blossom is the threshold to God. As the seed buried in the earth cannot imagine itself as an orchid or a hyacinth, neither can a heart packed with hurt imagine itself loved or at peace. The courage of the seed is that once cracking, it cracks all the way. So make your way back to downward dog. Shake out that left hip completely. If you feel like flipping your dog, go for it. Good. And then we're going to come back around. You're going to roll forward to a plank for the final time, lower onto your belly, and then roll right onto your back. And we'll do one final back bend of your choice. So if you'd like it to be a bridge, go for it. If you feel like urgent on your asana today, that's a great option, or anything else you want to do to finish your practice. Supported shoulder stands, always a wonderful choice. Whatever you need to do for your final pose. And begin to transition out of that, whatever that is. And bend your knees and keep your feet wide on your mat. And we're just going to sway the knees wide from side to side. So we asked a lot of the outer hip today, the gluteus medius, the TFL. So let's just stretch those guys for one final moment. So as you float both knees over to the right, you're going to take the right foot and press it on top of the left knee. That's just going to stretch that outer hip. And then you're going to take your right hand to your left wrist and just tip slightly away from the left. And then we'll switch to cut both feet down wide. Swing both knees over to the left. Set the left foot on top of the right knee. Grab the right wrist with the left hand. Just tip over to the left. And then let both arms come down. Lift both knees, float the legs down, bring your arms down by your side, close your eyes. Just soften into the earth. The place that grounds us. The place that we can grow from if we allow ourselves to. Even if we don't know what's next, what if we open to the possibility of blooming? Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Reach your arms all the way over your head. And then draw your knees into your chest. And make your way slowly onto your right side. And then find your way to seated. Then stack your hands one on top of the other over your heart center. And just close your eyes. And as you breathe into your heart, feel the warmth from your hands into your heart. That's our seed. We're just nurturing it for a moment longer. And I thank you so much for the honor and pleasure of guiding you today. It's always my joy. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Namaste.